The first pack you choose when starting Pokemon TCG Pocket determines which Kanto starter you get, which EX Pokemon you get, and which free deck you get. But the differences between each pack art don't end there. In fact, you could almost treat the different packs like different versions of the mainline games, as in their whole purpose is to get you to spend more money than you normally would if they put everything all in one. While it seemed like the pack-exclusive cards in Genetic Apex, TCG Pocket's first set, would be minimal, the reality is that couldn't be farther from the truth. Instead of only being able to get the Charizard, Mewtwo, and Pikachu immersive cards from each individual pack, you're going to have to open every single art equally in order to grow a big collection. By clicking on pack offerings next to each pack in Pocket, you get a view of every card available in that specific pack, plus the odds of pulling it. Because Pocket has microtransactions and you aren't guaranteed anything, by rule they have to tell you the chances of what you're getting. Except it's all very convoluted and there's way too much reading and readings for nerds. Basically, packs aren't guaranteed to have a rare in them, and getting an EX or a full art is unlikely. And while there is a chance to pull a God pack filled with rare cards, it'll only happen 0.05% of the time, so start stockpiling horsey shoes. You can also see a little pack preview on top of the pack art you're about to open, though it doesn't show every possible card, just a few highlights of what might be inside. In total, Genetic Apex features 226 cards in the main set, plus 60 more secret rares and full arts. Of those 226 main set cards, 43 are non-exclusive, with 62 in the Charizard pack, 61 in the Mewtwo pack, and 60 in the Pikachu pack. Unless my math is wrong, yes, it's a little weird that they didn't make it 61 cards across all 3 packs. Since I know most of you won't care about the minutia, I'll start in the best place, the EX Pokemon. There's 15 in total, and every one is exclusive to a pack art, with Charizard getting Exeggutor, Charizard, Moltres, Starmie, and Machamp. As someone who got Exeggutor in their first pack, I'm biased to say it sucks. The Charizard and Moltres combo is absolutely busted though, with Moltres able to accelerate a ton of energy into play. Energy Charizard needs to deal 200 damage in back-to-back turns. The Mewtwo pack boasts Venusaur, Articuno, Gengar, Mewtwo, and Marowak. I've lost several games to Venusaur EX because not only does Grand Bloom heal 30 damage, but Potion can heal an additional 20 with Erica another 50 on top of that. And getting 3 energy on Venusaur isn't impossible, with Lilligant able to accelerate to it. Articuno is really strong if you get lucky on Misty coin flips, able to spread damage to bench Pokemon, while Mewtwo is great paired with Gardevoir. And lastly, Pikachu's exclusive EXs are Arcanine, Blastoise, Pikachu, Zapdos, and Wigglytuff. Arcanine is good, but it's best paired with Moltres EX, which isn't in the Pikachu pack. Pikachu EX is a really strong early game attacker, dealing 90 damage on turn 2 if you're going second and have a full bench. While Zapdos isn't half bad either, though it does require 3 energy and Lightning doesn't have the type of energy acceleration as Fire, Grass, and Water. It's hard to say truly which pack is the best when it comes to Pokemon EX. My very, very early assessment is that you probably want to go for Charizard first, Mewtwo second, and Pikachu third. Depending how your pulls go though, you might be pigeonholed into selecting a pack that has the card you need to complete an evolution line. And while certain EX cards are definitely better than others, all have some level of playability thanks to their higher HP and strong attacks. Switching over to the noteworthy non-EX Pokemon exclusive to each pack, there's only 5 Metal Pokemon total in Genetic Apex. 2 are non-exclusive, while the other 3, Mawile, Meltan, and Melmetal, are exclusive to the Charizard pack. So if you want to build a Metal deck, only open Charizard packs. Though even then, it's not really worth it. Elsewhere in the Charizard pack, Kangaskhan is great at applying early game pressure while also tanking a hit or two. Persian can be devastating if you flip heads, Greninja can damage a Pokemon without being in the active, and the fire types all have strong attacks that discard energy. As for the Mewtwo pack, it's headlined by Gardevoir. If you get a Gardevoir in play, you can accelerate an extra Psychic Energy each turn, powering up your Mewtwo or Mewtwo EX, which are both very strong basics. Then there's Dragonite, arguably the best attacking Pokemon in the entire game, dealing 50 damage to up to 4 different Pokemon at random. Unfortunately, it requires 2 different types of energy. And since energy generated in the energy zone is done randomly, there's always a chance you just never see water or lightning. Pidgeot is a Sabrina every turn if you want, forcing your opponent to switch out their active, but that's not always a useful ability. And Hitmonlee is good at softening up bench Pokemon, though as I learned, weakness is not calculated on bench Pokemon. Looking at the best exclusive Pokemon in the Pikachu pack, the emphasis is on lightning types. Magneton generates a ton of energy, which can be moved up to your active Raichu, Electrode, or Electabuzz with Lieutenant Surge, powering them up instantly. Gyarados can be awesome if your Misty Coin Flips are good, dealing 100 damage and discarding energy from your opponent's active, making it a menace against fire decks. Amistar prevents them from attacking, but a stage 2 that evolves from a fossil is always a tough sell, no matter which game you're playing. Jolteon and Hypno can both be strong if your luck is good, while Onix and Golem get an energy accelerated to them by Brock, so Onix can be a brutal early attacker. Moving to trainers, there's only 11 of them in Genetic Apex, and they're all exclusive to a pack. Charizard gets Dome Fossil for Kabuto, Erica, Blaine, and Sabrina, all 3 supporters that have playability. Mewtwo gets Giovanni, Old Amber for Aerodactyl, and Koga. Yes, they made the fossils exclusive to packs. And Pikachu gets Helix Fossil for Ammonite, Misty, Brock, and Lieutenant Surge. While Giovanni is helpful, boosting damage dealt by 10, the Mewtwo pack is last in trainers, with Charizard in first and Pikachu in second, though both of them are good. You definitely shouldn't choose your pack based on trainers though, especially since they can be crafted for just 70 pack points. After looking at the different best cards in each pack, it's obvious that the Pokemon Company knew what they were doing. Each one has good cards in them, but none of them are head and shoulders above the rest. The Pikachu pack definitely seems like the worst overall though, and Charizard is looking to be the best. Keep in mind that this is very early days, I've barely pulled any good cards, and I'm basing this on competitive potential, or more accurately, how badly I got whooped by these cards. Before I do a full recap of every exclusive card in each pack, it's worth mentioning that there's a few more trainers exclusive to the Promo A set in the shop. But you get most of the cards for free from clearing the beginner and advanced tutorials, so just craft 1 potion for 2 shop tickets and ignore the rest. Alright, here we go. In text form first, so you can screenshot it and save it for later when you're deciding on which packs to open, here's every non-exclusive card you can get from any pack in Genetic Apex. Next, here's all of the cards in the Charizard pack. Now all of the cards in the Mewtwo pack. And finally, all of the cards in the Pikachu pack. Okay, get ready. In a move I'm already regretting, I'll be putting images of every card exclusive to each pack on screen. First up, those non-exclusive cards. I'll limit each compilation to 3 rows, so they will be split into 2 or 3 images for each section. Yes, it's not pretty, but that doesn't mean you can't turn off the lights and still have fun. Image number 1 for non-exclusives has the Grass, Fire, Water, Lightning, and Psychic types, including Lilligant and Frostlass, while image number 2 continues the Psychic types and adds Fighting, Darkness, Metal, and Colorless, including Bisharp and Farfetch'd. And here's every exclusive card in the Charizard pack, starting with the Grass and Fire types, which includes the Vileplume, Victory Bell, and Charizard lines, followed by the Water, Psychic, and Fighting types, including Starmie EX and Greninja, with Psychic being severely underrepresented and not a single Lightning type appearing. And finally, the rest of the Fighting, the only Metal Pokemon you'll find exclusive to a pack in Mawile and the Melmetal line, the Colorless Pokemon, and the Trainers. For the exclusive cards in the Mewtwo pack, we start with Grass types, including the Venusaur line, just 2 Fire types, and a few Water types, including Articuno EX. There's only 3 Lightning types here, but 11 Psychic types, including Gardevoir and the Gengar line, with Marowak EX and Hitmonlee on the Fighting side. Finally, a few Dark types, including Muck and Weezing, the only dragons in the entire game so far, Pidgeot, and a few trainers. Looking at every exclusive card in the Pikachu pack, we begin with the Butterfree line, the Arcanine line, the Blastoise line, and a good number of Water types. In the second image, there's a lot of Lightning types, including Pikachu EX, Magneton, and Zapdos EX, as well as a few Fighting types. On the last page, we have the Nidoqueen and Nidoking lines, and 3 supporters that all have some sort of energy acceleration effect. Because I enjoy giving myself extra work, here's the breakdown of how many of each type are exclusive to each pack. While you peruse that, I will say that there's always a chance I made an error somewhere. I got the information from the in-game pack offerings plus Cerebi and Pokebeach. Something could have gone wrong while compiling everything though, so if you do spot an error, let me know in the comments. Now we come to the moment the rich people who have YouTube Premium have been waiting for. The exclusive Hyper Rares. Ironically, the rarest cards in the entire game, the Crown Rares, aren't exclusive to any pack. You can get a Crown Rare Charizard, Mewtwo, or Pikachu in any of the packs. What are exclusive to their respective packs are the immersive cards. I can't show you them in all their glory here since the immersives are videos and I'm too lazy, but if you want the sick Charizard EX, you can only find it in Charizard packs. Or I guess you could spend 1500 pack points on it, but that would require opening 300 packs. Out of the 54 other Hyper Rares, all of them are exclusive to a certain pack. So if you find a card you like, spend weeks grinding that pack before not pulling anything and eventually giving up. Inside the Charizard pack, you'll find the absolutely sick Alakazam, the insane Moltres EX, full art versions of Erica, Blaine, and Sabrina, as well as that immersive Charizard EX. With the Mewtwo pack, you've heard of Bark at the Moon. Well, here we have a Cubone crying at the moon. There's also a Golbat I've seen way too much on Wonderpick, a Pidgeot ending a Magikarp's existence, one of the worst arts ever made with that Venusaur EX, and of course the immersive Mewtwo EX. And finally, the Pikachu pack has one of the greatest full arts with Gyarados, an Eevee that's one misstep away from ruining its life, a Snorlax that's crushing a Bellsprout while an Oddish takes zero responsibility, Dragon Ball Z Lieutenant Surge, and the immersive Pikachu EX. I can't really give an expert opinion on which pack has the best full arts and secret rares. I can only give my biased opinion and say that as a competitive player, I don't care for any of these and hate when I get them, and I just want a freaking Moltres EX, but the game won't give me one. I think I've covered everything when it comes to cards exclusive to each pack, but if you still have more questions, ask away in the comments. Otherwise, let everyone know which full art you think is the best. And don't forget to subscribe for lots more TCG Pocket videos ahead of the global launch on October 30th.